Russell Vaden,
How you doing?
got to draft this team. How
Right.
were you happy with his performance?
Man, I was happy with those guys, man. I feel like we needed that energy. And I brought it to the team. We started out a little dead though. We started out dead, but overall, I think the team that I had was very fun to play with, to coach.
Did you have a philosophy going into it on how you were going to draft?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I think it just kind of free formed. I want to say I went with the underdogs, but I also wanted to make a statement.
Speed too, right?
Definitely the speed.
Nice
I think that, man, I'm my top weapon wasn't available at the moment, so but he definitely came out and did his thing. So I'm definitely happy for the team for sure.
Russell, you're a junior or senior?
I will be a senior this year, yes sir.
Okay. I mean, you've seen like the same style of defense this whole time then. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, how have you like seen this defense like go from where you were as a freshman to like where you are now?
Man, when I first got here, 2017 was. I'll start in 2017. 2017 was crazy. Coming in, dealing with guys like Dion, Odie, Kwani, Max, Jerry, like that defensive line, like set the standard of what it's supposed to be. And like overall through my years, it kind of just carried over. Vince, Juan, Moody, Ike, Kevin, some of the older guys that was here before me. It just kind of translated overall. I think the defense is just trying to get that mentality of playing ruthless, but playing with a chip on your shoulder, more so. And I feel like today it kind of showed.
Yeah, and like for like the fans, like they all saw like in 2016 when like things were kind of turning around, like the team was like trying to play like more like one-score games. You guys have been like more or less like carrying the rents through like this whole time, where like you've been consistent with that. How have you guys like gone out about like set the standard of like where like we talked about D line, but like for your safeties or for like down the linebackers or the corners, how do you guys go about like setting and executing your guys' standards of where you need to be?
Leadership. As Tanner said before, like it's from the older guys. They set the standard. They set the foundation of the concrete. Like before we got here, they were setting the concrete and setting the foundation for what needs to be done. And I think it just carried over throughout the years. And all it was just leadership. If you got a good group of guys that can lead and you can get everyone on the same page, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if you can just bring everybody along with the leadership that you have, and you continue to keep bringing it to other people, it's a positive vibe that can be spread. So it's a gift and not a curse.
How have you like become a leader on this team? Is it like you've done it like through your actions? You've been like more vocal?
I think it's been a little bit of both. Coming off the injuries that I've came off of and just continuing to keep being positive is a big thing to me. I feel like the biggest asset that I have is my energy and my positive aura. Just being positive about everything that I have going on, whether it's Achilles tears, talking to other teammates about their injuries, just keeping them motivated. And I think that's like a big part of my leadership is being vocal, but also my actions off the field and on the field. So.
Like, how do you see your defense looking at like right now? Do you think like it's like top of the MAC West? Where is there like a lot of room for improvement on this defense for it to be like MAC West title?
I think we got some room. We got room for improvement for sure. You're not going to start out great when you have seniors leaving and then upcoming seniors coming in, and then you have new kids coming in. So it's going to be a change. But I definitely feel like we have room and improvement. We have the talent. It's just about the hard work, the hard work ethics, the leadership that we have in the room, in the secondary for the linebackers. A lot of those things just kind of it's gonna have to be carryover. But I definitely feel like we have room for improvement. We can. It's a ceiling that we definitely can break through and reach. It's a higher ceiling for sure.
And you've had like some newcomers come in, a couple of linebackers, Josh Gatto over at corner. How have you been kind of like helping break in the new guys into your guys' defense to like have them play at the same you want them?
Just getting them comfortable. That's really the biggest thing. Like you have to be comfortable and you got to have the knowledge. And I feel like staying after, talking to people, like after like wanting to know more makes everything a lot easier, because when you can sit down and you can talk to somebody and let them understand what's going on and you can understand the standard, it's going to take some days. Like failure is your biggest teacher. And throughout practice, it's been shown. So Josh has definitely been stepping up. tremendously. Joe, there's a couple of guys I can name. Cam, Kendrick, Scandrick. There's a lot of young guys that's like willing to step up to the plate now. And I feel like that's going to take a lot of load off of the seniors because they know that they have other weapons that we can use to continue to keep helping the team win.
How much does getting Corey Davis help you guys defensively?
Man, Corey is like, we get Corey back, it's going to be a whole different ballgame. Corey's definitely a playmaker. Like that's just it's simple. That's the only thing I can say. Like Corey's a playmaker, and if we can get him fully back, I think he'll make a tremendous help to the defense. Tremendously.
Say your 3 picks, make you a playmaker.
Oh, for sure. But it's you can toot your own horn, but I like to, I ain't gonna brag on myself too much. But I definitely feel like if Corey can get back, that's another playmaker that we need.